Hello, beautiful people. Happy Sunday morning. It is so very good to be here with you on this Sunday as we gather together for the weekend service, as we gather together to celebrate the magnificence and significance of the presence and power of God operating in, through, and as you, operating in, through, and as each and every one of us. To begin our service and to take us into our opening prayer, I want to share a reading today. And this reading is from 365 Days of Richer Living by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker. The affirmation, I am supplied from the substance of God. We all have need of many things. We cannot believe that the divine spirit wishes to withhold any good from us. It is the nature of God to give, and it is our nature to receive. Back of every idea of supply, every need in our human lives, there is something which forevermore gives of itself and takes the form of our experiences when we permit it to. Whether it be a house to live in, money that we have need of, or employment that furnishes the gratification of adequate self-expression, always there is the giver flowing into these things. But the divine has already given its entire being to us. God has not failed humanity, but humanity has failed to accept the gift. It has failed to enter into the spirit and the nature of the giver. It has even refused to believe that there is such a gift or such a giver. How, then, can even God really give us what we refuse to accept? This is why Jesus told us we must believe that we have really received the gift before we see its evidence. I need to read that again. This is why Jesus, aka the truth, told us we must believe that we have really received the gift before we see its evidence. This is an active faith, but it should be a faith built on the sure knowledge, the certain foundation, the positive conviction that there is something that responds to us gladly, willingly, readily, joyously, and without limit. Today, I am living in the quiet and joyous expectation of good. God is not only my life, God is substance taking form in everything I do. God is not only the actor, God is acting through me now. God is not only the giver, God is also the gift. This gift I receive in joy with gratitude and with a complete sense of security. I expect everything I do to prosper. I expect new and wonderful experiences to come to me. I am living in complete confidence that the kingdom of heaven is here and now, and I am prospered in everything I do. Again, the affirmation, I am supplied from the substance of God. And so from this place of awareness, I invite you to get still and let God love you. I invite you right here and right now to close your outer eye. And as we close our outer eye, we open our inner awareness. And as we open our inner awareness, we center ourselves here and now into the present moment. The past is gone. The future is yet to come. We are here now. All is well now. All is good now. And in this space, I invite you to take a conscious and intentional breath in. And we take a conscious and intentional breath out. This is the correspondence of the giving and receiving that we just spoke the word and read the word on. We breathe in again, and we breathe out. We breathe in, we receive the gift. We breathe out, we give the gift. I loose the world of all I thought it was, and I go free. My mind holds only what I think with God. There is only one mind, one power, one presence that is working in all, through all, and as all. There is one life. That life is Mother, Father, God. That life, it is perfect, it is whole and complete. And that life is my life now, perfect, whole, and complete. And that life is your life now, perfect, whole, and complete. And that life is our life now, perfect, whole, and complete. It is the life of all that we can name, all that we can see, and all that is beyond our naming and beyond our seeing. Yes. It is the life of the ocean. It is the life of the sea. It is the life of the river. It is the life of your fingers and your toes. It is the life of every cell that makes up your being. It is the life of every hair on your head. It is the life of the bird. It is the life of the leaf. It is the life of the grain of sand. It is the life of the dirt. It is the life of every galaxy. It is the life of every planet. It is the life of every star, every moon. It is the life of all. And here and now, we put the focus on the attention that it is our life now. It is my life now. And as we recognize that this power and this presence, this wholeness, this good is and is right here, right now, we recognize that because it neither comes nor goes. Everywhere God is, everywhere good is, everywhere wisdom is, everywhere intelligence is, everywhere substance and supply is. There is no spot where the divine is not. There is no spot where sacredness is not. There is no spot where holiness is not. Right where you are is holy ground. Right where we are is holy ground. This connection that connects us in this digital space is holy space. And it is out of this awareness then that we remember that we are one with God and one of God. It is out of this awareness that we remember that we are God's good idea. It is out of this awareness that I remind you that you are individualized, particularized, unique, undivided expressions of the divine. You are sacred and remain sacred. You are divine and remain divine. You are holy and remain holy. You are power-filled and remain full of power. You are worthy and remain worthy. Rooted and grounded, connected in the all in all, rooted and grounded and connected to the power and presence that God is. Nothing is impossible to us. Nothing is impossible to us. Whatever we want or need, wherever we want or need it, whenever we want or need it, for as long as we want or need it, it is always right here, right now, with us, within us, and all around us. And so it is out of this beautiful awareness, it is out of this clear declaration of truth that we gather together here for the weekend service, knowing that we will be and are enlightened and enlivened, knowing that we will prosper and be prospered, knowing that we will expand our awareness of the presence and power that is operating in, through, and as us, so that we can activate that power and presence in, through, and as our lives, prospering ourselves and prospering all things that we touch. For we are supplied from the substance of God. That substance is a well that never runs dry. That substance continues to give of itself and never exhausts itself. So it is now from this place of awareness that we move forward into our service. We move forward in joy. We move forward in celebration. I release this prayer, knowing that this prayer has been heard, met, and received, and is being responded to now. With joy and thanksgiving, we now lift up our voices and we say, Amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is, and so it must be. Yes, yes. Well, hello again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is where you are and you are watching this stream. It is good. I'm Pastor Greg.
I'm Pastor Yolanda.
We are so very happy to be here with you on this Sunday morning. So happy to be with you here for this weekend service, knowing that something good is already happening and something good will continue to happen because you're here. And we're grateful that you are. Now, if you are a first-time guest, we want to say a specific and intentional hello and welcome to you. We're so happy that something or someone brought you to the stream today. We're so happy that you said yes to being a part of this stream today. And we're confident that something will be done, something will be said that will support you in thriving in your life and being and living an empowered life. Now, as you see here on your screen, if you're a first-time guest, you can access your digital connection card by texting that keyword welcome to that phone number, 347-472-1078. Just the keyword is all that needs to be entered, and you'll receive an automated reply with a link. That's the link to the digital connection card. Click that link and it'll take you to a website. Just enter your name and your email address. That's all we need. And submit that information. And then you're all set. You receive a follow-up text that says you're all set. And at that point you are. You'll be on our mailing list. You'll receive our weekly newsletter that goes out every Friday. And you'll receive all other emails and information that we send out to the community. But again, we're happy that you're here and we're confident that you will enjoy all that you hear and receive as a result of choosing to be here. And we also encourage you, as you've seen folks have already done and are doing, shout out to Memphis, shout out to Brooklyn, shout out to Eastern North Carolina, shout out to Chicago. If you would like, you can shout out your city, your state, your country. Let us know where you're connecting in from. Because you may find that there is someone connected from the same place that you are right now. CSC is a global community and there are folks connecting from all over the world. And so it's really cool when you see that there's someone in your city, state, country that's also connected with you. So from this place of awareness, this is our opportunity now to move forward with our news and updates so that we can get into then the meditation, the music, and the message. The vision of Celebration Spiritual Center. Celebration Spiritual Center is a God experience that turns on the heart, mind, and soul of the world. A God experience is the realization of oneness that transcends material sense. Our mission and purpose: to awaken the world to the presence of God within and all around us, celebrate this truth as one family, embody unconditional love, equip humanity to live our greatest lives, and serve all creation. There is a safe space here at Celebration Spiritual Center. We have created a safe space for sacred questions. What is that safe space? It is the God Talk, and it is the third Sunday, which means it is God Talk Sunday. What is the God Talk? It is your opportunity to ask questions. It is your opportunity to learn how to apply New Thought metaphysical principles to the reality, real things that you're experiencing in your life, whatever challenges they are or something that you're seeking to demonstrate or manifest. No area of life is off limits. It could be relationships, politics, personal growth, you name it. We've talked about it. The God Talk is always real, it is always raw, it is always loving. But of course, in order to ask a question, you got to be in the space. And if you don't think you have a question, I still encourage you to be in the space, because you find that someone will ask a question that had been on your heart, but you didn't realize it. It had been on your heart, but you were afraid to ask. Or it just expands something in your awareness that is beautiful and powerful. So again, that happens today following the weekend service at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Zoom link and passcode is shared with everyone on our mailing list in the weekly newsletter. It is also shared in the Church Center app, which will share with you how you can access the Church Center app. And for those of you, if you're a first-time guest, once you click the link to the digital connection card and enter your information, check your inbox, and there's an email that has been sent to you with the God Talk information if you want to be with us today for the God Talk. It is, again, incredibly loving, incredibly powerful, transformative, and it is free 99. So we encourage you to be there with us later today. Every fourth Sunday, which is next Sunday, is Healing Sunday. This is the Sunday that we focus on healing within our community. So many powerful and profound things are happening. We have some wonderful healing prosperity reports to share with you next Sunday. But we know that healing is our birthright. We know that healing is possible, and we are centering healing with and for our community. So we encourage you, if you are in need of healing of any kind, to be here for that Healing Sunday spiritual mind treatment. And if you know someone that's in need of healing, invite them to join. Additionally, we ask you to submit the names of those, yourself or a loved one, that you would like to be added to the prayer list. We speak the names of those on the prayer list before we pray. So you can scan that QR code. That'll take you to the link. We will also be sending out that link via email, and we'll also text, which we usually do. We'll text that out. So for some reason you don't know how to use a QR code, or or not comfortable with that, all good. You will receive the link, so you can click the link and enter your name or the name of a loved one on the form. We're so grateful to hold space and consciousness around any and everyone that is seeking healing. Every second and fourth Wednesday is the Put Down Your Bible, Reimagine the Bible Truth Study. And that means that the last Truth Study is happening next week. Yes. On the fourth Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is streaming live on YouTube. You can also connect via Zoom or watch on Facebook Live. This has been powerful as we've been using this to support our sermon series for this first quarter of the year. So many powerful, I think, awarenesses have come out of it. It's a joy for me to teach and to share. So I look forward to you joining us next week, which will be the last one for now. And again, we'll reassess and see how we use this in the future or where we take this in the future. If you missed any of the previous sessions, you can go to YouTube. They're all there. Every Wednesday morning, we gather together for the Momentum Prayer Call at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Momentum Prayer Call is an awesome way to continue the momentum that we create here on Sunday, but also to be intentional about the momentum that you create at the start of your day in the middle of the week. We share a reading. Sometimes I share a teaching, and then we go on, we pray, and we go on with our day. So all you have to do is just use that phone number on your screen, enter the access code, and we connect. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. If for some reason you're unable to make that call live, every prayer is recorded. So we encourage you to make use of that. Use the playback number, enter the access code, and you'll hear the recording will prompt you to press the pound sign, and the most recent prayer will play. This means that you have access to the power of prayer, the power of affirmative prayer, the power of affirmative knowing 24/7. It is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I found myself this week, Thursday morning, I was like, I want to hear the prayer again, right? And I went back and listened, and it was great. It was a great way to start my morning as I went on my morning walk to listen to that prayer. So absolutely do that, use that. As I love to say, don't let fear, doubt, and worry take up residence in your mind. Use the words of truth to shift your thoughts and to shift your consciousness. Now, if you have a prayer request, you can send that prayer request in to prayerchampions@celebrationsc.org. We are always holding the entire community in our hearts and our minds, knowing the absolute highest and best for you. And we recognize that you may have a specific prayer request. We may recognize that you may want to put in a prayer request for someone you know. All good. Just send in their name, send in your name. Doesn't even require an explanation because we're knowing the truth, right? We're speaking what is true about them. And so whatever's temporary need not be spoken, right? So you can send that in, and we encourage you that as the prayer is answered, as there's a shift in your life, as there's a shift in their life, send that in, let us know, and share the prosperity report. Many times we share these prosperity reports with the community because it is powerful and it expands the faith of everyone that's a part of this community. And you can send that prosperity report in to Prayer Champions at celebrationsc.org. Our study series of the month, it is Deep Roots. Pray, meditate, appreciate, rest. This is a powerful formula for how to get regulated and how to stay regulated. Recognizing that there's an African proverb, when the roots are deep, you need not fear the wind. And so this is how you develop deep roots. The winds and the waves of life are inevitable. That's part of the human experience, but you do not have to be blown over and blown away. And so this is a formula for doing that. Powerful series. I encourage you to check that out. It is available on the homepage of our YouTube channel. 13 years of Celebration Spiritual Center, 13 years of the God Experience, 13 years of Awaken, Celebrate, Embody, Equip, Serve. This is our anniversary month, and we are excited about it. We are excited about it for so many reasons. And as we are celebrating our anniversary, as we give, we receive. As we receive, we give. And so we are hosting a giveaway this year for our anniversary. 13 winners will receive an exclusive anniversary swag, some awesome things that are limited edition and are not available in our store. If you don't know about the store, you can go to our website and you'll see that there's t-shirts and mugs and all kinds of wonderful things that you can purchase. These items are not in the store and will not be in the store. One grand prize winner of the 13 will also receive a Best Year Ever VIP day with me. This is your opportunity to get really clear about your vision, to step away. You'll have a 90-day action plan. You'll also receive follow-up support from me. This is an intensive 4-hour coaching session that I love to do because so many powerful things come out of it, and you will be locked in and ready to go and clear about what you're co-creating in your life. So how do you enter the giveaway? It's very easy. Download the Church Center app. Once you've downloaded the Church Center app to your device, go to the Groups tab and join the CSC Live group. Once you're in the group, then post an introduction on the threads there, which you'll see, and answer these 2 questions: how long you've been connected to CSC, and one way CSC has impacted your life. There are already folks that are entering and have entered, and it's wonderful. It's also been great to hear how CSC has impacted the lives of so many folks, some folks who have been with CSC for 13 years or a little less, folks that have only been a part of the community for a few months, and yet the impact is real. The transformation is real, and it's so exciting to see and hear that. And so how do you access the Church Center app? You can go to the URL you see on your screen, celbrationsc.churchcenter.com/setup, or you can scan the QR code that you see on your screen that'll take you to the download to access the Church Center app, and then, of course, follow those giveaway instructions so that you can be a part of the giveaway. Again, as I said, as we give, we receive. As we receive, we give. And so we have also launched the CSC 13th Anniversary Giving Campaign because we know that new beginnings start now. The powerful thing about 13 is it does signify a new beginning. The first 12 years of Celebration Spiritual Center indicate the completion of a chapter, the completion of a cycle. And so now we are moving into a powerful new beginning and a powerful new expression. And so we're celebrating 13 years of impact, 13 years of healing, 13 years of transformation, 13 years of lives change. We've seen families restored. We've seen bodies healed. We've seen minds renewed. The work of CSC and the impact of CSC is real. And we believe that we're just getting started. So for the 13th Anniversary Giving Campaign, we're encouraging all that are able in the month of March to give $13, $130, $1,300, any amount with 13 in it, in addition to your regular giving. The ways to give are very easy. You can go to our website, celebrationsc.org/give. For the CSC 13 giveaway, you can text CSC 13 to this phone number, 347-744-9500, or you can give in the Church Center app. And you can access Google Pay or Apple Pay in the Church Center app. When you go to the website or the Church Center app, make sure that you choose in the drop-down. The default is general donation. Choose and click that drop down and select CSC Anniversary so we know the intention behind your giving, so that we know that you are intentionally giving to the anniversary campaign. Additionally, you see the mailing address there at the bottom of the screen. You can send your checks in to that address. This isn't about pressure. It's about gratitude, right? It's about sowing into the next chapter. We are grateful for each and every one of you. We thank you for being a part of this community. So let's celebrate, let's give, and let's expand. I know that many of you may be waiting to give. For me, because of the way things work, I said I want to give on the last Sunday of this month, as that is the official anniversary Sunday. And so that's when I'm going to give my 13 donation to the campaign. And so that concludes our news and updates for this Sunday. But before we get into the meditation, we have a very special announcement from PY.
I have been listening to what my next course would be for a very long time. Listening to spirit, listening to my body, listening to women in our community and outside of it. Listening to what midlife is asking, not from us, but as us. And based on all of this listening, Midlife Ready was born. Midlife Ready is a 6-week live online experience for women who are moving through midlife and who are done overriding themselves. Women who sense something powerful happening, something amazing happening. Feel this power and momentum happening. And they know intuitively this time can be for the better. These women sense and feel that something is changing and happening in their body, their identity, their authority, and their connection to Source. And guess what? They don't want to push through it. They don't want to pretend it's not happening either, but they want support around it. And so, Midlife Ready applies practical spirituality and metaphysics to the embodied experience of midlife. It takes the language of what is happening and centers all of that with guidance and support so that you understand and are connected to Source in a way that you never have been before. So that as you move through this time in life, you do it without guilt or shame or fear or doubt or worry. That you remember who you are and whose you are, and you remain connected to Source at all times. Now, I designed this first offering to be intentionally intimate, so that we could deepen the language together and refine the work together. So today's announcement is really an invitation to have a conversation with me, a one-on-one conversation with me. I'm calling it a Midlife Ready Clarity Call. And so over the next couple of weeks, I'll be holding these clarity calls. And during these calls, you'll have an opportunity to tell me about your midlife experience. I'll tell you about the program, how it works, and then together we can decide if it in fact is the right fit for you at this time. I see comments, I see people this morning responding, women responding, and that's beautiful. It means I'm on the right track. And so, if something that I said or am saying makes you say yes to wanting to have a partnership with your body, to wanting to apply metaphysics so that you can live in coherence, then schedule your Midlife Ready Clarity Call. Visit celebration.sc.org/register. Click on the Midlife Ready to book your clarity call, or simply scan the QR code. I feel a lot of personal clarity, joy, and excitement about this offering. And more importantly, I look forward to meeting the women who will ultimately step into this experience, this journey with me.
Yes. This is beautiful, a wonderful, exciting offering. How long do folks have to register?
We have about 2 weeks is the time to register for your clarity call.
Okay.
I'm making it a limited window because I want to make sure that the women have time to schedule in their calendars when they can have a conversation with me, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome. Awesome. So this is important. If it's something that you're interested in, definitely go to the website. Make sure that you schedule that sooner than later so that you can potentially be a part of what it is that PY is creating. So from this place of awareness, as we are complete with our news and updates, it is now our opportunity to go within as we are led in the meditation experience so lovingly and so wonderfully by PY.
Yes, it is time for the meditation experience. We called it the meditation experience before day one because we knew we wanted to create a place and a time where we did more than just talk about ideas and concepts, that we took all of this understanding that we were gathering and we felt it within ourselves for ourselves. And like I like to say, you can have all of the sacred knowledge that you want and can acquire, but it is only through your direct experience of the God within yourself for yourself that you know the things you're reading are real and true. And so we take time every Sunday to do just that, to go within, to pause, to let go of the external focus that we have on the world and the world has on us, and to reconnect, to go deeper with an idea, an affirmative thought, and then let that thought just wash over us so that we feel that thought alive within us. And this month has been powerful so far. I see it often said, I got to protect my peace. And I understand why people say that, but what is really deeper to understand when you say something like that is you unconsciously signal your nervous system to be on high alert. The word protect means to be vigilant around something, means that I gotta be guarding, I gotta be scanning, I gotta be always on alert to someone or something interrupting my peace. But when we remember who and whose we are, when we remember that we're connected to Source in such a profound way and that we have been given peace before we arrive, nothing needs to be protected. It just needs to be embodied. And so this month's meditation goes with that so beautifully. The peace of God is mine. The peace of God is mine, no matter what the circumstances may be. I'm not pretending those things aren't happening, but I also come back to the truth of what the word mine means: possession of, authority over, birthright given. The peace of God is mine. So let's do that now. Let's take this affirmative thought and let it wash over us. Let it remind us. Let it settle us so that we're not on high alert. We're just in the receptive mode of what has already been given us, the peace of God. So go ahead and bring yourself to a seated, upright position, feet on the floor, and allow your feet to be comfortable. You're seated upright in a chair, on your sofa, but wherever you are, you're seated upright. You can lightly put the palms on the tops of the thighs. And from this place of awareness, just scan the room very easily, not for threat, but from familiarity, for you're in a place of peace and knowing and connection. Now, allow your eyelids to gently close. And as you do that, take your awareness to the breath. And just notice the breath right where it is. And whether the breath appears to be deep or appears to be shallow, we make no judgment of the breath. We are in gratitude that the breath is moving, is flowing. And as we honor the breath moving and flowing, we feel our connection to Source. And so let's take that feeling and sensation and breathing deep into the low belly for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then sink deeply into this awareness that love is here, that not only love is here, peace is here, and it is yours. Let's begin. Inhale into the low belly. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw. Sigh it out for 4. And sink deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly again, dropping the breath nice and deep. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw, release the sound, and sigh it out for 4. Sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, connecting low breath to mid breath, expanding the sides. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw, sigh it out. Let yourself hear and feel the release. Go ahead and sink deeper into the peace that is yours, and deeper. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, we've expanded the sides. Now let's expand the front and the back. Hold for 4. Relax the jaw and sigh it out. And give yourself permission to feel the peace that already belongs to you, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, now connecting that low, mid to high breath. Smooth flow, reaching the top. Hold it there. Relax the jaw, release the sound, sigh it out. And settle in, sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. In through the low belly, up through the rib cage, up through the heart chakra, and when you reach the top, hold it there. Relax the jaw and sigh it out. Sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. Beautiful, everyone. Now let's practice this beautiful flow of breath, full connected breath, but we're going to slow it down so we can take advantage and feel the peace of God that is ours flowing on the breath. Inhaling for a count of 6, holding for 6, exhaling for 6, and then relaxing and settling in for 6. Let's begin. Inhale. Hold for 6. With this time, instead of exhaling through the mouth, we're going to exhale through the nostrils for 6. Close the lips and exhale. And sink deeper and deeper and deeper for 6. Let's practice a few rounds on your own. Check in with yourself and see if there's any tension anywhere. Is there tension in the back? Send the breath there. Is there tension in the shoulders? You don't have to carry anything. Sink into the peace of God. Send the breath there. Maybe the feet feel a little tense or tight. Send the breath there. Wherever you need it, give it to yourself, because the peace of God is yours. As we prepare for our silent time, we've scanned the body without judgment, sending what belongs to us anywhere in our body that we need it, and that's peace. Send the peace there. I will monitor the time. You take the inward journey. And if the mind wanders, it is perfectly okay. When you become aware, just send the breath there and feel the release and feel the relaxation. The peace of God is mine. The peace of God is yours. The peace of God belongs to us all. Now, with our eyelids still closed, we honor the time, the attention, the permission we've given ourselves to feel the peace of God, because it always belonged to us. And if we've experienced any disturbance or agitation or fear or doubt or worry, we can come back to this feeling that we have. We can come back to this affirmative thought, close our eyes, and let the truth of the words wash over us. With our eyelids still closed, we begin to make our return. Nice and easy, centered and held and loved. Let's begin by wiggling the fingers or the toes. Maybe we elongate the breath. Plant the palms on the tops of the thighs. Inhale, draw the shoulders up by the ears if you are able. Exhale as you release the shoulder blades back and down, nice and easy. Full, complete breath. Inhale up. Exhale as you release the shoulder blades back and down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, releasing the shoulder blades back and down. Bring the palms together at heart center. And if you're able, go ahead and bow the chin towards the fingertips. Allow the eyelids to gently open, finding a nice soft gaze, nice soft focal point. No strain on the eyes or the experience. Inhale, raise the chin, raise the gaze, release the breath. Maintain the peace. Namaste.
Yes, yes, maintain the peace. Thank you, PY.
You're welcome.
Well, we are at the moment of time where we will hear from Soul 21 with an awesome song. And of course, we are deep into our three-part series for this first quarter of 2026, Tell the Truth, the Science of Spirit and How to Use It. I'm excited about today's sermon as we get into lesson 11. And again, we're going to hear from Soul 21 first, and then I'll meet you on the other side with today's sermon, How to Be a Superior Being.
Because what's absolutely true is that your relationship with yourself is your relationship with God, your relationship with God is your relationship with yourself. And so we're going to sing about the beauty of God later, but first we're going to affirm this truth that we are beautiful people. We will not wait for the world or a magazine or a commercial or a billboard sign to affirm our beauty, but we will know it for ourselves. And as we know it for ourselves, then we're able to demand that the world reflect that. And it happens almost automatically. When you know that you're beautiful, you begin to hear that, you begin to see that, you begin to see the reflections. And so when we think about humanity and the ways in which we've evolved, it's beautiful to see all of the people of color and all of the diversity that we see on magazines that were not diverse at one point in time. It's because we recognize that we're beautiful people. But we can never be reminded of it enough, I think. So we're going to affirm this truth together. Come on, Soul 21. to you.
Beautiful people.
Every one of you are
Beautiful people.
oh, oh,
Beautiful people.
every one of you are
Beautiful people.
I see you
I see
Yes, yes. I see you and you're beautiful. Namaste, namaste. Yes. Well, good morning. Hello. Happy Sunday. It is so very good to be here with you on this Sunday morning. It's so very good to be here with you for the weekend service, which is always a vibe. Yes, yes. As so many folks are saying in the comments, it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Shout out. I saw we had some other spaces and places that have shouted themselves out. Connecticut is in the building. Vegas is in the building. So good to be here with you all. I have a wonderful message to share with you today. So let's get into it. And before we get into it, we want to center ourselves with our centering prayer. So I invite you to repeat these words after me. I welcome the Spirit of truth into my mind, and let it grow in my heart. Thank you, God, in me, through me, and as me. Amen. Ashe. And so it is. So it must be. Yes, yes. Well, as always, I like to just do a brief review of where we've been as we are in this final month of the series, Tell the Truth, the Science of Spirit and How to Use It. We began this month with the message, Go and Sin No More, which was focused on Lesson 9. Lesson 9 is harmony. And what harmony is about is having the harmony between our thoughts and our external world. And the way to achieve that harmony is to release condemnation. And so we talked a lot about that. We talked about what sin is and is not, and recognizing that the truth is that when we condemn in any way, shape, or form someone or something outside of ourselves, it is like a boomerang, right? Because we're all connected. And so we are inevitably also condemning ourselves. And this is why we must actually release all condemnation. And then we create true harmony. Last week, how to choose heaven. Recognizing that lesson 10, I named it Choose Heaven. And this is about choosing the side of that which you want to see, choosing the side of that which you want to experience, choosing the side of that which you want to have in your individual life and in the collective world. And you must choose a side and then persist. But in order to be able to choose heaven, of course, your awareness must be in a space and place that shows you that, one, you have choice, and then emboldens you to make that choice. And so as we come back to this idea over and over again, that lessons 1 through 6 are the inner realization that creates the firm mind, that creates that bold foundation that supports you in choosing, that creates that awareness that supports you in choosing, that creates that awareness that supports you in living in an expanded experience of freedom. And so then, and only then, can you choose heaven, and ultimately you must choose heaven. And so as we look at lesson 11 today, I was reminded of something that I think is powerful and very pertinent to this lesson. You all have heard me at times. I've referred to Jose Silva's mind control method. Mind control meaning not controlling other minds, but it's a method to learn how to control your mind. You may remember I've talked about this as this meditative process is wonderful to support you in tapping into the transcendent space and programming your mind and doing kind of wonderful things, right? Because this method teaches meditation and visualization techniques to heal yourself, to heal others, to solve and correct problems in your life, and to solve and correct problems in the lives of others. What you're essentially learning to do is how to consciously program and how to consciously deprogram your mind, something that's very necessary, right? And in the foundational basic lecture series, you learn programs or commands or affirmations that you're taught you can occasionally repeat from time to time when you're in the proper meditative space. And one of the things that I love about the Silva method is that it is clear that these teachings and these techniques are designed to be used only for the benefit of all of humanity. And you're taught that should one attempt to use these teachings and techniques to harm anyone, they will be prevented from functioning at that level of mind. And I think that's really beautiful because so often people are trying to learn, mind techniques simply for their individual acquisition, right? Simply just to get stuff, right? Or simply to get rich, right? And they're not thinking about anyone else. But the truth is that we develop these techniques and we develop this level of mind. We develop this awareness so that we can be a beneficial presence, right? To serve all humanity and to benefit all humanity. And then the final command that you're given, this is before you come out of the meditative state, before you come out of drawn out of that state and back into your waking world. I think this command is a perfect introduction to today's lesson. In that state, you hear these words. You will continue to strive to take part in constructive and creative activities to make this a better world to live in, so that when we move on, we shall have left behind a better world for those who follow. You will consider the whole of humanity, depending on their ages, as fathers or mothers, brothers or sisters, sons or daughters. You are a superior human being. You have greater understanding, compassion, and patience with others. You are a superior human being. Now, normally a statement like this would be a statement of separation to declare that one is a superior human being. It would be a statement of otherness. It would be a statement of hierarchy. It would indicate that you or some group of people are better than others. And this is the exact mistake that many religious and spiritual people make. Oh, I have this knowledge. Oh, I have this wisdom. Oh, have read this text. Oh, I know these teachings. Oh, I am metaphysical. Oh, I am spiritual, not religious. Oh, I have read the Bible from cover to cover. Oh, I can quote these scriptures. Oh, I can quote these spiritual words. And in doing so, they create this sense of superiority that is actually problematic. But what's powerful about this statement is it turns it on its head. It says that a superior human being has greater understanding, greater compassion, and greater patience with others. This then is the litmus test for whether one is indeed a superior human being. This is very, very similar to the commandment that Jesus, the truth, gives. In John 15, we read it, and many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with it. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. I am giving you these commands so that you may love one another. And so it is by this, folks will know that you're the disciples of Jesus, the Christ, the disciples of the truth, that you love one another. And remember, this is the truth speaking to us, not a man who lived thousands of years ago. And going back to something that I shared in Lesson 9's sermon, the words from Emma Curtis Hopkins, I think must be spoken again, because this was in the Go and Sin No More sermon, where I read these words from Emma Curtis Hopkins. The Lamb of God is Jesus Christ, the truth, who condemned none, forgave all, suspected none, believed in no evil, feared nothing, loved everything. Therefore, he healed instantaneously. Therefore, he said, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. See, the truth condemns no one. The truth forgives all. The truth suspects none, believes in no evil, fears nothing. The truth loves everything. And because of this, then the truth heals instantaneously, she writes. And this healing is the healing and restoration of anything. So when you hear healing, you might immediately think about bodily healing, because we know, of course, as we read the stories about Jesus, read the stories about the truth, that there was opening the blinded eyes and healing the sick and raising the dead. And so sometimes we only hear healing in that context, but it is the healing and restoration of anything. So in order to tell the truth, as our sermon series invites us to do, we must become superior human beings. Now, as we get into lesson 11, you will see how the lessons intertwine, interrelate, correlate, correspond, and call back to each other. The word to encapsulate lesson 11 is meekness. Another word that I will use today for this lesson is humility. So if you're taking notes for your notes, let's say and let's write that lesson 11 is meekness and humility. A superior human being is meek and humble. Again, we hear the words of Jesus, the truth, a verse that I have quoted and referenced many, many times throughout this series since we began in January. I have not read the direct text here, and so I want to read it today. Matthew 11, 29 through 30. I'm reading from the New Revised Standard Version. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Now, this verse has been grossly misinterpreted and painted Jesus, aka the truth, as soft and non-confrontational. I say, oh, Jesus is the meek and humble Lamb. Oh, Jesus, he's so... And this is how and why I think so many who supposedly have spiritual power based on their spiritual knowledge demonstrate so little. Because they have a misunderstanding, thinking that there's this timid way that they're supposed to approach life. And so, this woo-woo Pollyanna misinterpretation of metaphysics, it's weak. It's spineless. And ultimately, it has no power. And I think this is the reason why, because there's a misunderstanding of what it means. They don't understand what, as the New Revised Standard Version says, gentle and humble, or the King James Version, which most of our ears are more familiar with, meek and lowly. I grew up singing songs about the meek and lowly Jesus, right? That's what we right. And so it was this whole idea of somehow there wasn't strength in Jesus, really. And matter of fact, if you think about it, the way Jesus was talked about as meek and lowly versus the way the devil is busy is talked about, it seemed that the devil was actually incredibly more powerful than Jesus and God. Right? Because the devil was always doing something, right? Always surpassing and usurping God, always active in the lives of God's people, right? That's a whole nother message. And so they don't understand what it actually means. And so it's important that we go to the Greek word to see what was actually being conveyed. The Greek word that is translated to lowly or humble has a very specific meaning that actually conveys strength, not weakness. The Greek word that is translated there, the Greek word is tapeinos, right? Wonderful word. And when you look into the definition, you see that tapeinos means it's an adjective properly low, right? So this is why lowly or humble, right? That's why that was translated into English. But then when you delve into the definition, you see that figuratively, it means inner lowliness, describing the person who depends on the Lord rather than self. I want to read that again, because there's not too many places that are saying this or teaching this. And I want you to hear it. I want you to get it. Anyone, if you grew up learning and hearing this idea of the meek and lowly Jesus, and this verse was quoted, I was hearing in my mind as I was reading this, Take Six on their first album has a wonderful song that the lyrics are most of this verse. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle or meek and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Tapenos means inner lowliness, describing the person who depends on the Lord, the all that is, rather than self, rather than small s self. This is the way of mastery. This is the way of the sage. This is the way of enlightenment. And we hear Jesus, the truth, reiterate this in so many ways. Apart from the Father, I can do nothing. That's the lowly Jesus. That's an inner sense of lowliness, that a recognition of what I'm depending upon, what the truth is depending on, and what we are being invited to depend upon. It is not I, but the Father within that does the work. That's what is being spoken about when we hear the word, take my yoke upon you. Connect to this thing that I'm about. Connect to this easy and light way of being, because I'm dependent upon something that is greater than any appearance out in the world. What it also reminded me of, one of my favorite spiritual quotes and spiritual scenes is in The Empire Strikes Back, where Luke Skywalker goes to meet and learn from Yoda. And of course, he sees Yoda, and the appearance of Yoda, it's like, who is this being, right? Like, clearly this can't be a Jedi master, right? And so appearance is one thing, right? But of course, Yoda demonstrated how powerful he actually was. But in his words, when he's teaching and describing the Force, he says, for my ally is the Force. And a powerful ally it is. He was saying that same thing, like, what I depend on, the thing that I depend on, it's not based on how, judge me by my size, do you? It's not based on my size. My size matters not. For my ally is the Force. For I depend on something else rather than myself. I depend on something other than my size. I depend on something other than how I appear. And so a superior human being is meek and humble because they fully and completely surrender to the power and presence of God working in, through, and as them. Oh, and here we're back to a word we've used before in this series, surrender. Lesson 5's sermon was on surrender. Extraordinary Trust was the title of that sermon. But now we can go deeper. What does a superior human being surrender to? Becoming a superior human being requires you to surrender, give up, let go of your human will, your human intelligence, your human insight, your human process, your human know-how. Remember, as I have reiterated many, many times in the Put Down Your Bible study and also in these sermons, you are a changeless being in a changing world. You are letting go of your identification with the small of you and fully surrendering to the all of you, which is God in you, God through you, God as you. And so here's a perfect opportunity now to tap into what Emma Curtis Hopkins writes in Scientific Christian Mental Practice about the 11th lesson. She writes, the 11th lesson has for its axiom, judgment is as great and competent as will and meekness can agree. I want to read that again, and particularly if you're taking notes. Of course, you can always come back to this and rewatch. Judgment is as great and competent as will and meekness can agree. She goes on and she writes, this axiom, like every other one, is universally true. For instance, you have a strong will. Naturally, you feel like having everything go your own way. This is well if meekness of character enough. This is well if you have meekness of character enough to yield your point instantly when you see you are wrong. Such a combination will make your judgment quick and accurate. Do you get the example that she's laying out here? We can know this is universally true as we apply this on the human level. Think about it. A good leader becomes a great leader when they are able to see where they are wrong or misguided and course correct. We celebrate those leaders. A good leader becomes a great leader when they are able to listen to another point of view and realize that their point of view was incorrect or misguided or missing something, which then leads to a new choice or a new decision. This can be applied to so many aspects of life. The other thing that came to my mind was thinking about parenting, right? Like a great parent would be one that, okay, you have a strong will as a parent and you have a strong point of view, and your judgment becomes amazing when you demonstrate that as I have a strong will, I also recognize I don't have all the information. And I stay open for more information. I stay open for another awareness. And I'm willing to take that in. I'm willing to incorporate that and make a shift. Right? Then, as she writes, that such a combination will make your judgment quick and accurate. So the correspondence is teaching us here that this is also true at the spiritual level of existence. So how does one become a superior human being? Your meekness and will must agree. Oh, here we go again to the words of truth, the words of truth. We've heard them over and over again. They're in our psyche. Not my will, but thy will be done. Again, Jesus the Truth communicates this over and over again in so many ways. And here's where Emma Curtis Hopkins starts preaching in the text. I just got to give this to you. She writes, things look badly against your affairs, do they? Do you will them to be bad? No, 1,000 times no. Right? Whatever's happening in your life now, whatever you may call bad, whatever's unwanted, whatever you don't want to be in your life, whatever feels painful, right? Did you ask for that? Did you consciously and willfully say, I want things to be bad. I want things to be terrible in my life. I want things to be difficult. I want things to be hard. I want things to be painful. No, 1,000 times no. That's clear. Your will, she goes on, is for good, but your poor will cannot carry the day alone. It has to be married to meekness. Meekness means yielding. So now she's echoing the same thing that I just said, right? Surrender. Meekness means yielding. This word yielding has gotten a good many Christians into misery. It seems to them to mean yielding to the evil and hard side of the appearance, when all the time it meant yielding to the spiritual doctrine, although appearances argued louder than spiritual realities. She's calling out some folk. And I would say it's not just Christians. It's not just Christians, right? It's so many people that claim to be spiritual. And I see that comment. I just want to correct that right now. Meekness is not inward grace. Meekness is inner surrender to the power and presence that is, recognizing that it is the thing that does the work. Meekness is allowing that to be the power. Meekness is like turning on cruise control on your car. You're no longer driving. The cruise control is in control. Meekness is letting the power and presence of God be in control. It's not grace. And so what she's saying here is that this word yielding that has gotten so many good Christians into misery is because they yield to what seems to be powerful in their lives or out in the world. This takes me back again to the idea of the devil is busy. That's a yielding to that. The devil is busy. Oh, Satan. Oh, Lord. Satan is doing it again. We use other words. Some people talk about demons. Some people just, call it low vibrations. Right? And so the opportunity is to no longer even put any focus on that. Right? But yield to the spiritual doctrine. What are you yielding to? A superior human being yields to the statement of good. Lesson 1. A superior human being yields to the universal denials. Lesson 2, a superior human being yields to the universal affirmations in the face of the seeming opposite. And this is, again, why the previous lesson is important. Choose heaven. Once you have chosen heaven, you stay there. Once you choose heaven, you will not be moved. You speak those things that are not as though they were. That's in your Bible. Not to just talk about the things as they are or wait till they change to how you want them to be and then talk about them. That's not creation. Speak those things that are not as though they were. Your will plus meekness is your power. Your will plus truth is unstoppable. And so I encourage you to use your dogged determination in the favor of your health, success, life, strength, support, protection. You've been stubborn about the wrong things. We know what stubbornness is. Stubbornness is being unyielding, resolute, lasting, adamant, immovable, inconvincible, inflexible, uncompromising, unrelenting, unbending. And we use the word stubborn. We use that word only related to unwanted things like a stubborn stain, something I just can't get rid of. How about adopting stubborn faith? I'm sure you all are familiar with the way in which Paul closed his letter to the church at Corinth in 1 Corinthians. Therefore, my beloved, be steadfast. It's a beautiful gospel song. Immovable, always excelling, or the King James Version, abounding in the work of the Lord, because you know that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. This was an admonition to be stubborn in your faith. Therefore, my beloved, be unyielding in not willing to give up the spiritual truth. Be resolute about your statement of good. Be adamant about your statement of good. Be immovable from your denials. Be inconvincible of anything other than the truth. Be inflexible to turn in the direction of that which is unlike what you desire to see, be, or experience. Be uncompromising. Be unrelenting. Be unbending about your universal denials. For this is the only and proper use of your human will. This is the only and proper work for your human will. You have a will, put it to work, but put it to work in the direction of that which benefits. And this work, this labor will not be in vain. This work, this labor will demonstrate. It will demonstrate happiness. It will demonstrate peace. It will demonstrate radiant health, success, joy, strength, support, protection, and abundance in every area of your life. I'm hearing it in my mind's ear right now. One of the powerful songs that was sung during the civil rights movement was not just "We shall overcome," but we shall not be moved. Like a tree planted by the rivers of water, we shall not be moved. We shall not be moved from the reality and the knowingness that we matter. We shall not be moved from the reality and the knowingness of equality. We shall not be moved from the reality and knowingness that the laws must change. We shall not be moved. That is the energy by which speaking those things that are not as though they were, why and how a world can change. Now, earlier, as I highlighted this truth, I said that there's a line in the Silva control method, this command that speaks to what this lesson is all about, meekness and humility. You are a superior human being. You have greater understanding, compassion, and patience with others. As a superior human being who practices and embodies meekness and humility, as I have taught today, we must surrender and yield to God's idea of ourselves and everyone else. Take a breath, because this is the challenging part of this. We must surrender and yield to God's idea of us and everyone else. This is one of those moments when you start to realize that we all have places and spaces to grow. I'm the first to raise my hand. Take your mouth, your opinions, and your judgments off of God's children. All of them. What did I say earlier about truth? The truth condemns no one. The truth forgives all. In truth, as we love to teach from A Course in Miracles, God does not forgive because God does not condemn, right? There's actually no need for forgiveness is only needed because of condemnation, right? So we have forgiveness because that's what supports us in practicing the lesson to get to harmony, to end the discord. Truth suspects none. Truth believes in no evil. Truth fears nothing. Truth loves everything. And here's where we may be challenged. And here is where Emma Curtis Hopkins gives us more helpful statements, more helpful single spiritual mind treatments that can be used. And these work in alignment with the statements that I've given you in the past, like the statements from A Course in Miracles. I loose the world of all I thought it was. God has condemned me not, no more do I. My mind holds only what I think with God. Those are from A Course in Miracles. Also, we had in lesson 9, I do not accuse the world or myself of sin. All is well. That's it, releasing that condemnation. Well, here in this lesson, we are invited to affirm, I do not accuse the world or myself of foolishness or ignorance. Therefore, I see clearly the prosperity of my new life now. We're going to break that down in a second. The other one she gives, which is similar, but has a slight difference. I never accuse the world or myself of foolishness or ignorance. I am the judgment of God. I know all things and do all things. And I almost titled this sermon, I am the judgment of God. Because what that is affirming is now you have married your will to meekness. And so now you truly can be the judgment of God, because from that vantage point, right, you are seeing as God sees. I was reminded of another lesson in A Course in Miracles, right? My mind is a part of God's. I am very holy, right? And so from that place of awareness, A Course in Miracles, your holiness envelops all you see. And so from this inner awareness of holiness, what you see is holy. Emma Curtis Hopkins, she writes, I know that if you take every Friday afternoon to insist upon the Jesus Christ judgment, the truth, within you as knowing humankind to be the expression of the wisdom of God and therefore intelligent and wise at all times, if you positively take the premise that you do not accuse the world or yourself of foolishness or ignorance, your affairs will never seem to wilt or hang heavy. Your own judgment must reign supreme. It must have no evil before it. So again, this is why the denials are so important. There is nothing to hate. In my idea of good, there is no evil. And so as you remove that, you don't see that. You don't see that in yourself, and you don't see that in your sister or your brother. You do not see that in humankind. And it also, as you don't see it in yourself, this is why that treatment, I know all things and do all things well. It supports you in getting rid of self-deprecation, right? It supports you in getting rid of self-accusation. It supports yourself in getting rid of making jokes about yourself, but really what you're doing is condemning yourself. Hello, somebody. In the previous statement, I see clearly the prosperity of my new life now. Again, if we are holding in our judgment something to hate, and evil and prejudices, well, that is standing in the way of that which we want to see, which is our very own prosperity, that which we are wanting to see, which is our own experience of the good. Because see, what you don't realize is that as you are railing against appearances, declaring sin, declaring evil, foolishness, and ignorance, you are obscuring your vision. And so because you're obscuring your vision, because this is all you see, this is all you create. These are the seeds that you are giving to spirit. And spirit judges not. Whatever you provide, just like the land of this earth, whatever you provide, the land doesn't judge. Oh, I really don't feel like growing cucumbers today. I really don't feel like growing tomatoes today. Oh, I really don't feel like growing a mango tree today or an avocado tree today. It receives the seed, right? And so it is. What you sow, you must also reap. That is law on earth as it is in heaven. As above, so below. As below, so above. In lesson 8, be not deceived. I invited you to judge from the self. That was the title of that sermon. And so then this is seeing your life, your world, and the world as the transcendent being that you are. Calling back to Yoda again in that powerful sermon he gives on the Force. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. And so it is from your luminosity, it is from the light of awareness within you, the transcendent being that you are, that you judge rightly. And so it is from meekness and humility you say, I will not speak ill of any child of God. I lay all judgment down. I give up all prejudices. One of the indicators that you are on the path, and this is, I shared this, I don't remember in which sermon, I shared the story of the jury, when I had jury duty and that discord, that disconnect that I felt, right? You'll start to feel that. This happens to me all the time, right? You start to feel uncomfortable speaking about folks any other way than how the truth sees them. You find yourself starting to say those things which you may have said in the past, or complaining in the ways that you may have complained in the past, or just the way that folks are used to talking. But you recognize that you're speaking about the Spirit, right? You're speaking about the Spirit as those beings. And it becomes harder and harder to begin to speak those things. See, this is why, this is what's underneath the wisdom of, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, just hush. Right? Our parents and definitely our mothers and grandmothers were giving us that wisdom. There's this sister I've been seeing lately on Instagram, which I love. She's channeling the spirit of her grandmother, and reminds me so much of when I was growing up. And I remember one of the videos, she did this thing on like all of the things you couldn't say, you weren't allowed to say around her grandmother, right? It was like you were cursing. And one of those things was like, you couldn't use the word hate. No, hate, no, that's too strong of a word. You don't hate things, right? One of our universal denials is there is nothing to hate. And like there's the recognition that was there, right? That wisdom that was given to us in these small ways, and we applied them, to our physical life and to limited things. But they actually have an application that or they're rooted in rather a spiritual truth, a spiritual reality. And Jesus, the truth, again, teaches this powerful lesson over and over and over again. In the Beatitudes, we hear, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And I love how A Course in Miracles talks about and references that blessed are the meek, and the meek shall inherit the earth. In the text, we read, what do you think the meek shall inherit the earth means? They will literally take it over because of their strength. So here again, so A Course in Miracles, and I know for many people, that's when the light turned on. Oh, that meekness has nothing to do with powerlessness. Meekness has nothing to do with being timid. Meekness has nothing to do with being like Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I have more? That's not what is being conveyed or talked about or taught. Again, meekness is a yielding and surrendering, an inner lowliness, recognizing that you are completely dependent on source. And you want to be completely dependent on source because source is everything. It cannot be defeated and is undefeated. At another place in the text, we read, the meek shall inherit the earth because their egos are humble, and this gives them better perception. So the idea of humility, and we have, oh, people need to be humbled, or, oh, I was humbled by, this experience, right? The only thing that needs to be humbled is the ego. It is only your ego that wants and needs to be right about the state of the world. It is only your ego that feeds on exposing wrongs. It is only your ego that craves the attention that comes from being right. You think the ego wants justice, but the ego wants punishment. You think the ego wants equality, but the ego wants retribution. And please hear me. I am in no way saying that folks that are doing things in this human level of experience that are against the law should not go through that process and ultimately be judged by the law in terms of on the human level. And I recognize each and every one of you as spiritual beings having a human experience, each and every one of you choosing to be metaphysicians and choosing to practice these teachings. There are enough people walking that other path. And you're responsible for what you now know and what you are choosing to embrace. And so it's going to be very difficult for you to be in a accusatory, condemning space without also experiencing the fruit of your words. And so I recognize there's a process. We let that process play out. It always will. It always has. We know that that process is flawed. It works sometimes. It doesn't. All of those things that exist. All good, right? Everybody connected to them files need to be dealt with, right? All good. We understand that. We agree. But as for me in my life, as for me and what I am creating and co-creating, I'm not putting my mouth on any child of God. I'm laying down all judgment. I'm laying down all prejudice. Because while the ego has you thinking you're going after justice, but it really wants punishment, while the ego seems to want equality, but it really wants retribution, the truth is offering another way. The truth condemns no one because the truth sees and knows all as we really are. The truth is not confused by the childish games we play in this human experience. The truth sees clearly. The truth has better perception. You are a superior human being. You have greater understanding. You have greater compassion. You have greater patience with yourself and with others. Amen. Ashe. And so it is.
Ah, yes, yes. Powerful message today from PG. Please come back to this message, especially given where he's taken you on this journey through the last 3 months and why humility needs to be completely understood. Thank you, PG.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. In this moment, it is time for giving. And of course, we know it is very easy to give to CSC. You know all of the ways that you can give to CSC. You can go to our website, celebrationsc.org/give. You can text your dollar amount the 347-744-9500, or you can give via the Church Center app. Apple Pay and Google Pay is available, as well as we have our snail mail address. You can mail in your checks or money orders to that address you see on your screen. But of course, the most important thing is the consciousness behind your giving. Giving is a spiritual practice. And as we always say, give what feels good. As we always say, as you give, you receive. And what I encourage you to really consider is your source, right? Well, we're all adults here. We've had varying streams of income in our lives. I was reflecting on it today. I was like, my first job was landscaping way back in high school. And of course, I've received, and even at that, up to that point in my life, I've received in other ways, received via gifts, right? Received via just my grandfather put a little something in my hand, right? All of these ways you recognize that we receive from so many different ways and different streams. And even in our adult life, we've worked at different places. We've worked for different corporations, different organizations. We've had businesses. We've dissolved businesses, right? All of these things were different streams. And so the idea of supply and being supplied is constant through gifts, through through prizes, through all sorts of means. There is a substance that supplies. And so your opportunity as you are giving, understanding that giving is a spiritual practice, you're honoring that reality, that you recognize that there is something that gives to you, right, and through you. And so you're willing to give to continue the cycle of receiving. Because if your hands are closed, right, your hands are closed, nothing can be put in. I saw a video recently. Terrence Howard was doing an interview, and he was talking about things that he really didn't understand as a younger actor in Hollywood, and how he, as many of you know, right, really missed out on some opportunities because of how he showed up and some of the ways that he was very dismissive. And he talks about Denzel Washington pulled him to the side to try to drop some jewels, to try to teach him a principle. And he taught him that very principle. He said, you're approaching everything like this. He said, you gotta open your hands, right? He was in a posture, living out so many stories of his childhood where he felt like everyone was against him. So he was always in this posture of like, what's up? Do I need to fight? All in this posture of needing to defend, which was like having his hands closed. And so what happened is, because of that, literally things that would have come to him or were coming to his door, he could not receive. His hands weren't open for them. And so this is the spiritual teaching that we get to embody and embrace through the practice of giving here where we're spiritually fed. We understand that there is one source that supplies through infinite numbers of channels. We have experienced dozens, if not hundreds of channels in our individual lives, and will continue to. And so we honor that process, always recognizing that we want to keep our hands open so that we can receive even more. And so from that vantage point, from that awareness, then we can affirm this truth. All the money that I circulate,
returns
to me multiplied. In a never-ending cycle. Of increase.
And enjoyment.
To that we say amen.
Amen.
Ashe. And so it is.
So it is.
Yes. Well, again, we're so grateful for each and every one of you. So grateful to be here for the weekend service. We have come to the close of our service, but it is God Talk Sunday. So this Sunday is not closed. We look forward to gathering together in the Zoom meeting for God Talk in about 15 minutes. If you do not have the information for the God Talk, the fastest way to get that is to download the Church Center app. And on the homepage of the Church Center app, you will see the button, God Talk. Click that, and the Zoom link is there. We look forward to seeing many of you there. If you're unable to join us for the God Talk, then I hope that you will join us on Wednesday for the Momentum Prayer Call. And then, of course, we'll be back together next Sunday for our weekend service. We love and appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And again, many of you will see you very soon in the God Talk. Bye for now.
Bye for now.